Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to give you guys an overview of the Humble Choice bundle for the month of April 2020. Think it's a pretty decent bundle, all things considered, and do keep in mind that if you want this bundle, you could also go the route of picking up the Humble Conquer COVID-19 bundle, and that'll get you all of the games in that bundle. And if you're a new subscriber, you'll also get a free month of Humble Choice. So essentially, you'd be getting the Conquer COVID-19 bundle for $10 if you factor in that the Humble Choice bundle is a $20 value. They typically sell Humble Choice for $20 a month, unless you're on the Humble Classic plan, which if you're on the Humble Classic plan, you're still making out like a bandit. If you're going $20 every month, it's still a decent value, all things considered, but it's never going to be at the quality level of the $12 a month, which was just insanity when we were getting bundles like Call of Duty World War II, Spyro, and Crash for $12, and then you got a bunch of other games on top of that. Those were the days, but thankfully, for those of you that are still on the Classic plan, you're still paying $12. Whatever the case may be on that, let's go over the games. Obviously, like every month, you can pick 10 games, and they do have a list of 12 games to go over. I did notice that this month, very much top-heavy. The top games are really, really good, and then it does kind of fall off after that. However, there are definitely some good games available, and the highlight is without a doubt Hitman 2. Hitman 2 came out all the way back in 2018, and it still goes for a pretty hefty price. If you want the standard edition, it's $60. The expansion pass is $40. So this is a really good deal. And Hitman 2 was a great game. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, it didn't do that well from a sales standpoint. I think a lot of people were off-put by the episodic release pattern of Hitman 2016. And then Hitman 2 kind of faltered for that. But Hitman 2 is a great game. If you want a stealth action-oriented title with a good amount of content, great gameplay, great visuals as well, Hitman 2 is going to be right up your alley. And this does account for a significant amount of the value of the entire bundle. So obviously, without a doubt, that is going to be one of the selling points of this bundle. Another selling point of this bundle, I think this one is a really, really good offering, is Gris. This came out back in December of 2018, and wow, this game was incredibly well received. 84 on Metacritic, but if you actually look at the Steam user reception, 21,298 Steam user reviews, 96% of those being positive. This is a beautiful, atmospheric platformer, great soundtrack in this as well that's been touted. Destructoid gave the game a 10 out of 10. GameSpot gave the game a 9 out of 10. I've heard incredible things about this game, and while I haven't been able to spend too much time with it, I picked it up when it came out back in December, and then you know how life is. Sometimes you just can't completely finish a game. Gris is one I definitely want to go back to because you just look at that art style of Gris and right away you are compelled by the game and you are absorbed by the game. It's got such a beautiful look to it. Typically goes for $16.99, but in this bundle it's another freebie. Next up, we also have This Is the Police 2. This Is the Police is a game that I really enjoyed. I don't think a lot of other people enjoyed it as much as I did. I really liked the style of the game. Yes, it does get a little bit redundant after a while. This Is the Police 2 came out back in July of 2018. Still goes for $15. As a part of this bundle, I think it's a pretty good offering, so that's pretty good. Opus Magnum, another game that I'm not too familiar with, personally speaking, in terms of me actually playing it. However, this is one of the best received puzzle games you can find on Steam. It's got an overwhelmingly positive reception, 2,465 reviews, 97% positive. It's the latest open-ended puzzle game from Zachtronics, the creators of Space Chem, Infictionary, and Shenzhen IO. Design and build machines that assemble potions, poisons, and more using the alchemical engineer's most advanced tool, the transmutation engine. So pretty cool as far as that's concerned. Typically goes for $19.99, but a freebie with the bundle. So those are the top 4 games, I would say. Kind of falls off a little bit after that, but I do want to highlight the games that are available. Next up, we have Molek Synthes. I hope I said that right. This is a game that's pretty well received. Not a lot of people played it. 270 user reviews, 94% positive. Another puzzle programming type game. You create small molecules with various pharmacological effects from the comfort of your small Romanian apartment. Typically goes for $9.99, but it is included with this bundle. Next up, a shoot 'em up, Raiden 5 Director's Cut. Now, I played Raiden 5 on consoles, and I really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, it looks like the Steam release, based on the reviews, does have some issues. Raiden 5 is probably the worst shooter I've ever played. I spent an hour about just installing it because it required an unusual amount of space, whatever the case may be, and apparently some online issues are also not the best. So I don't know about this one. I really like Raiden 5 as a shoot 'em up. I really like the Raiden games in general. Raiden, whatever you want to call it. But 132 Steam user reviews on this, 68% positive. Typically goes for $29.99, but it's actually discounted on Steam right now for $7.49. If you're into shoot 'em up, still might be something worth checking out. Next up, we have Driftland, The Magic Revival. This is a strategy title, a 4X strategy title, I should say. So you guys know these games aren't really up my alley. $29.99 typically for this, 76 on Metacritic, and a mostly positive reception on Steam, 774 Steam user reviews, 77% positive on that. If you're into 4X strategy games, that might be something to check out as well. Next up, Turok 2 Seeds of Evil. Always love me some Turok. So happy that these games are on Steam. Turok 2 is pretty awesome. Obviously a throwback FPS, but sometimes these throwback FPSs are absolutely awesome, and Turok has always been really, really great. How can you not get behind just fighting all of these dinosaurs, all of these creatures? It's a lot of fun, and this is a game that I can easily go back to and have a lot of fun with. I believe they gave out Turok 1 as a humble choice title, I should say, a few months ago. It might have even been last month, whatever the case may be. Turok 2 is now available, and that typically does go for $19.99. And yeah, they did give out Turok 1 last month, so the fact that they're giving out Turok 2, hey, that makes a lot of sense. Typically goes for $19.99, Seeds of Evil on Humble Choice. Next up, we have a Trüberbrook. I hope I'm saying that right. Looks to be a German title. A sci-fi mystery graphic adventure. This one had some good reception, mostly positive, 289 user reviews, 72% positive. It's a point-and-click exploration title. Don't know much about it. This is another one that is one of those games that it's included with Humble Choice, and you're probably just checking it out because it was included in the bundle, and maybe it's interesting to you if you're a fan of point-and-click titles. Might be something to look at. Shopkeep 2 was also offered there. Simulation Adventure RPG. Not very good reception on Steam. Mixed reception on 1,116 user reviews. So that might be one you want to forego on. And then lastly, we do have Capitalism 2, an indie simulation strategy game that was very, very well received. Very positive reviews. 157 user reviews. Create and control the business empire of your dreams. An in-depth strategy game covering almost every aspect of business that could be encountered in the real world. Typically $9.99, very much old school in look. It came out back in 2001, so a little bit dated at this point, but might be something to round out your lineup. So with your 10 choices, obviously, the majority of you guys are going to want to get Hitman 2, Gris. Probably this is the Police Opus Magnum, even if you're not super into puzzle games, based on how well those have been received, how well that game specifically has been received. That's probably one to get. Turok 2, that's a little bit biased for me, but it's a great old-school FPS. Really dig that game. Moloch Sintez, and then there is the Bard's Tale 4 Director's Cut. I think I completely glossed over that, but yes, the Bard's Tale 4 Director's Cut is in there as well. That is a continuation of the Bard's Tale, which has been one of the more iconic RPG franchises, and that had a pretty good reception, 71% user reviews, 213. It's a party-based RPG, dungeon-crawling RPG from inXile. It was received relatively well on Metacritic as well, 84 on Metacritic, so it did very well on that end. So if you're into, dungeon-crawling RPGs, that might be one to check out as well. But back to what I was saying, Turok 2, Opus Magnum, This is the Police 2, Gris, Hitman 2, I think those 5 are without a doubt games you get. Bard's Tale 4, probably get that. I know a lot of you guys dig RPGs, so that one is probably going to be pretty good. Capitalism 2, that has a very good reception. Raiden 5, Moloch Sintez, and I mean, if you want to forego on 2 titles, depending on whether or not you like 4X strategy games, Driftland, The Magic Revival may or may not be up your alley. Obviously, 4X strategy games aren't my cup of tea, but for you guys, it might differ. Shopkeep 2, and then Trüberbrook. Again, a lot of these games I'm not completely aware about, but a lot of them, like Hitman 2, Gris, This is the Police, Opus Magnum, those are ones that probably you should definitely have in your 10 choices if you are checking out Humble Choice. Do keep in mind, again, if you do check out the Conquer COVID-19 bundle, you will get a month of Humble Choice if it is your first time subscribing to Humble Choice, so that's a really good idea. The link I'm going to leave in the description box below. I like to say this over and over again. I do get a kickback if you decide to use that link, and if you do buy the Humble Choice bundle, so do keep that in mind. If you decide to buy the Conquer COVID bundle, I don't get anything, but I would rather you guys buy that because all of those resources do go towards charity and conquering that, so that would be really great if you guys did pick that up, if you want the Humble Choice and then you want all of the games in there as well. But if you just want the Humble Choice, check out the link in the description box below, and I do get a little bit of a kickback, so that is much appreciated. That's going to conclude this video. Let me me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. I try to be as unbiased as possible. I'm not just gonna blow smoke up your, you know what, just by saying all of these games are really good, so you guys are gonna buy it and I get a kickback. I'm not about that. I've hammered some of the Humble bundles in the past, and I try to be as unbiased as possible and really look at the value that the bundle itself offers, and that's why I've been saying over and over again, $19.99 is a little bit more of a hard sell when we were conditioned at $12 for so long. But that's going to conclude this video. If you guys have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.